We're ready.
Hello, good morning, guys, and welcome to Vote FM Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. And we are glad to be back again. Euros is hotting up. I can tell you there are some basic things going on now. I look at the Euros, I'm wondering, it looks like the teams that we are looking at, they are going to win. They're not playing well. Some exciting games took place yesterday, some taking place today, and some shock games are already happening around the whole stadiums in Germany. And yesterday we had some amazing games. France played against Austria. Romania did a very fantastic work against Ukraine and Belgium. I think was the pick of the bunch yesterday. It was surprising with all the array of stars on that team in Belgium. We couldn't tell what happened yesterday. My name is Bowe. Welcome to the show this morning. Get yourself ready to call into the show later on. We're going to talk about the Euros, games yesterday, games today, and we're going to talk about transfers because it's hotting up already. Most players are waiting for the Euros to finish before they go to their new club side. Some are waiting already. Those who didn't make the Euros are already planning to go train in pre-season for their new clubs. And I have with me the guys in the house this morning now. John, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
All right, now, Nonso, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning.
And I have Godwin with me. Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
All right, everybody. Now let's go straight into the action of what happened yesterday. We'll begin with the first match yesterday. Romania did something amazing against Ukraine. We are seeing it as a little bit of shock because Ukraine. If you look at Romania, you can't really name any big player in that team. But you have the likes of Zinchenko, you have the likes of all kinds of players play for Ukraine yesterday, and there was silence in the stadium. One goal I thought it was going to go because Ukraine had a record in their qualifiers. They came back from losing positions in 4 games out of 6, and they did fantastic. They don't like losing. But yesterday we were thinking they'll come back for 2-0, come back for 3-0, and that was how it ended yesterday. Romania defeating Ukraine by 3 goals to nothing. Now I'm going to go with you, John. Now looking at that game now, goes from Stanciu, Marin, and Draguk. Those names can be very funny. You cannot pronounce it very well. You have issues. But you look at that team yesterday. It was a shocking performance from Ukraine. They look confused. Look at they didn't know what we're doing. Now, how did you look at that game with the likes of Zinchenko not knowing what to do?
Yeah, that game is a typical example of you don't need to have possession to win a match. You just need to score goals. And the Romanian side acquitted themselves in that regard. They were able to get in on the goals, whereas the Ukrainian side were just holding possession, but they didn't have a lot of motive. If you look at their shots recorded on target, lots of targets, they were misfiring actually. So kudos to Romania, and I think they set up themselves to win this match. If you look at the way they position themselves, talking about the lineups now, true, they don't have any big names in this side, but then maybe some of these players are just looking for an opportunity to make themselves the household name that we all rave about.
No. So look at let me in case you don't understand what I'm talking about. You look at the Ukrainian side. You have Konoplyanka, you have Shaparenko, you have the Champions League winning goalkeeper. You have Andriy Lunin for Real Madrid playing that match. You have Sigankov, you have Stepanenko, you have Timochuk. Then you have the likes of the senior man Yaremchuk, Yamalenko. You have Zinchenko and Mudryk. Today we still thank God that Arsenal did not sign that ball because yesterday it was playing like Tijani Babangida of the old. Tijani Babangida those days that can dribble and run out of the pitch before he crosses the ball. Yesterday it was a disgraceful performance. I think the player who had the best ratings yesterday for Ukraine was Malinowski. Everybody got between 4.5 to 0. Now, the first goal yesterday, you look at Andriy Lunin yesterday, he lost composure, he was looking confused, and that goal, he was also saving it, the ball passed under his hand glove, and I think we should give kudos to Romania also.
No, you give kudos to Romania if he wasn't blocked. Sometimes we always complain about the angle.
Yes.
The shot was coming from a blind spot. He didn't see it. He didn't react on time. That's why the ball had to go.
He passed under his hand glove. You are telling me he's not seeing on time.
If he had reacted on time, he would probably get to the floor.
He could have saved that match, yes.
Yeah, but because of the angle, it was a blind spot for him. So you won't blame him. You blame defenders for not setting up well. It's not about having star players on the team. You saw what happens to the like of the other team that played. It's not what's it called, Spain and Croatia. It's not about what happens. It's not about who's smarter, who is bigger in the team. They were likes of Champions League winners in the Croatian side, but yeah, they couldn't get a score. They couldn't get on the score sheet against Spain. So it's the same thing that happened here. You have star players. Andriy Yamalenko played in the Premier League. Zinchenko is playing in the Premier League currently.
A lot of players, exactly.
Look, Modric, I don't know why they keep hyping that guy, but It's just what it is. He plays in the Premier League. He plays for
What do
Chelsea.
you mean, Mikel Mudryk, that you are saying they're hyping? You don't want Chelsea players to call you to the match and tell me.
He's overhyped. Let's just leave his topic. If we talk about
Yes.
if we talk about Chelsea, talk about
Star
his career now overhyped. So you just look at all those setups. They have pace, they have strength, they can dribble. But if you look at the midfield setup, there's zero creativity.
Yeah.
It's just pace and long pass. And the Romanian side, who come in attack to tell you, okay, we want to pressure you so you can use your pace and outburn us. No, they were just sitting deep. So if you know you're creative, make that pass happen. But no creative passes. It was just running and playing.
I think Godwin, you look at that. Now you're going to give me your thoughts. As you're giving me your thoughts, you're going to add something else to it. Now, 2 goals considered in 4 minutes. It's crazy in a European Championship for a senior team as that. You considered 2 goals. The second goal came in the 53rd minute, and the last goal came in the 57th minute. Was there confusion, in the defense now, Godwin, for what are they calling them now, Ukraine? Because I think, like he said, Romania didn't come to play. They came to defend and hit on the counter, and we saw massive counter attack yesterday.
Yeah, I think where the coach got it wrong is starting Zinchenko at left back.
Okay.
Throughout the qualifiers, throughout the times I've seen them play, he starts in the midfield where he creates chances for the team. Suddenly, I'm watching this game and I'm seeing this guy playing at left back. He's not good defensively. And if you notice, almost all the attacks came from his flank. So I think that's where the coach got it wrong. We've been talking about this coach experimenting in the major tournament.
Yeah.
You play qualifying games, you have a formation. This thing worked for you qualifying when you are playing qualifying game. Suddenly you come to the tournament and you change the whole setup. Zinchenko is one of their most creative players. If he plays, I'm even telling Arteta to move him to the midfield, because if you see the way he passes,
don't go that.
I know. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. So he is one of the most creative players in this Ukraine side. Why is he? What is he doing in the defense? They like that creative spark, that person that can give that final pass.
They didn't have it. They didn't have it.
So because I didn't know why he changed this whole thing. When I saw the formation, I was wondering why are you changing this is the first game in the major tournament and you are changing your formation. Zinchenko have played throughout this qualifying, throughout the World Cup qualifiers as a midfielder. Suddenly you put him back. So there's no creative. So they were attacking. There was no spark. There was that final pass. They were missing that final pass in that game.
Okay, no matter what we're going to say, it's gone. They lost. In case you don't know, guys, I'm going to list some players for you so you can remember them tomorrow. The heroes now from Romania. You have Dragsun, you have Diman, you have Stanciu, you have Dragos, and you have Rico Marin, and you have Boca, and you have Ratu and Koman, Banku, Hagi, Rus and Puskas. Don't forget, it's not the Puskas that's called Puskas penalty, but it's just a Puskas guy. Then Ratu, Vina, and Mita. These are the players that are going to be going up to contest against Slovakia in their last game, where Ukraine will face Slovakia in the next game on Friday, and we hope that they do something amazing in that game. All right, I want to move to another game that happened yesterday. We're going to come back to France. I'm going to get there because I'm going to talk about some things about the French team. But yesterday, one of the greatest shock now in the Euros took place when Belgium lost by 0-1 against Slovakia. Now, Belgium, with all the star players in that team, Lukaku, you have the likes of the Arsenal players playing, De Bruyne, Leonardo Trossard, Castagnev that's playing in England, also Openda, who's played very well in Germany, Onana, Everton, Bakayoko in France, Yannick Carrasco, Castile, name them. Fires who plays for Leicester City also. He's back to the Premier League also. You have Mangala, Romelu Lukaku, Tielemans, and Jeremy Doku. Now, with all the players winning Champions League, winning Scudetto titles, winning Premier League titles, yesterday you now understand that football too sometimes is about luck. Now, looking at that game yesterday, I was shocked because Slovakia looked like they knew what to do. They had a game plan. Even if we're going to talk about the unlucky situation for Lukaku, where 2 goals were cancelled because of VAR. And that's why I also prefer that we have VAR in football, because imagine if you didn't have that now, that team would have lost yesterday, and you will rate Belgium as a very, very, very good. I'm going to start with you now, Godwin. Now, looking at that game yesterday, what do you really think happened to Belgium that they could not break through a solid Slovakian team?
I think it's just the setup. If you look at the setup, really the setup they played, everything was going through De Bruyne. It was easy for these guys the Slovakian team to manage that midfield, because they know everything will go through De Bruyne and Lukaku. And I have major problem with Lukaku coming into every major tournament. He scores in the qualifying goals, then he enters the major tournament, he doesn't play well. Look at all the chances he missed. And even though he scored 2 goals that were cancelled, but if you look at the amount of chances kind of ball he loses in a game, it's too much. So I think majorly Slovakia understood what to do. They needed to absorb the pressure from Belgium. They know that Belgium is going to attack them. They needed just that one lucky goal. They scored that first goal and they sat back. And they sat back and wrote their luck. And fortunately for them, they had VAR on their side. They didn't concede any goal. And luckily for them, they won. That's football for you. It's not about, I am France, I am England, that you are going to win every game. Sometimes there is
will I say it is luck now? Will I say it is luck, John? Because you look at that game now, it was an error from arguably the best player yesterday for Belgium, which is Jeremy Doku. You know when players know how to dribble too much, just clear the ball. He wants to make a back pass to the defender, and they missed one step, and you saw that very beautiful back heel. So that guy, and the guy did not wait, and he slotted that ball with a beautiful shot into the goal. Now, for me, let me ask you. I want let's give kudos to 3 good players. One of them is Martin Dubravka. Don't forget the Newcastle second goalkeeper. Then you have Matthias Skriniar, who plays for Inter Milan and now is playing for PSG. Then you have Stanislas Lobotka, who plays for Napoli. Those men are the mature players in that side, and they could hold on and tell the other younger lads what to do now. I think let's talk about for me Slovakia, John, and let me understand how they were able to get that win against Belgium yesterday.
For me, I love the way they set up. If you look at their formation, they just take a formation that's been working for them right from the qualifiers, and they brought it into this match. If you look at the players they put on and the positioning they put them in, I'm looking at Stanislav Lobotka in the center of the midfield, orchestrating things for them, and then you have the other guys in the attack that are just there to help them get their presence felt in the box. For me, I think they put themselves up in a right formation to get something out of the game. But it doesn't also help when you have an opponent like Belgium, who show you their hand by the way they play. Talking about what Godwin said earlier on, which is Belgium, they have a system whereby everything has to be filtered through De Bruyne, and the markman upstairs, which is Lukaku. So if you take those 2 guys out of commission by putting bodies on them, you render kind of impotent in the match.
And I always say sometimes coaches need to, even if you want to experiment, you have to do.
But there was no experiment yesterday. This was almost arguably the best German side that start the match.
I know if you look at Belgium, okay, Trossard and Doku.
Yes.
They were playing. Doku was playing from the right. If I was the coach, it's not working. Okay, we need to change something. Swap both of them. Let one of them go to the left and try one of them from the right.
No, so for me, I think the man played the best team. The only problem I had with Belgium yesterday, they did not have a left back, because they had to play Yannick Carrasco on the left back, and that also destroyed attacking play. Because if Carrasco was starting and they had a left footer, either Trossard would be on the bench, because that guy always goes for no. So looking at me with one kind of eye. There's something he wants to say.
No, I just agree with you, because the both of them have been talking about tactics from the coach and how intelligent the coach is not. But look at it now. You said Carrasco playing from the left back.
Left back, yes.
Poor. That's a player that should be playing
in the front. Yes.
Trossard, why? See, even at Arsenal, Trossard doesn't start games.
Exactly.
The only place he starts game is at Brighton. And what was his goal record there? Now at Arsenal, he plays second to Martinelli. Why would he not be starting for Belgium in a big game? In Euros, that's awful.
No, but I think you won't blame the coach, because they didn't have a left back.
Now
I would not have agreed for Carrasco to play left back.
That's the problem.
Yes.
You don't have a left back. There's a left-footed centre back there in the team. Other coaches like Van Gaal will play a 3-man defender. You understand? Play 3-man flat. Play with play with any other person or centre midfielder that could at least cover the tracks for you. That's just something you could do. A defensive midfielder, anybody can play left back position, but not everybody can play a winger's position. And Trossard for me just has the pace. He lacks the intelligence of a winger. He has pace.
Wow.
He can dream.
I think he has the intelligence, but he lacks the pace.
No,
Trossard is intelligent.
Intelligent.
Pace is bad. Yes,
have you compared his pace to that of Martinelli?
No, you can't compare both of them.
Martinelli is faster.
Yes,
but less intelligent. Trossard is not as intelligent as you think.
No, he is.
Come on now.
I won't agree with you on that.
I won't talk to you about his record for Arsenal. So just one season.
No, definitely.
We'll use his 4 years or perhaps his 3 years at Brighton to calculate.
But that was why they wanted to buy him. He was a good player.
Chances created because they wanted to use him as a second fielder. If he was smart as that, they would be paying higher fees for
guys,
him.
leave not so but I get your point now. Yesterday, I think that issue basically distorted the plans for Belgium, not having a left back, and Carrasco could not go forward. He was always defending.
And you're playing a teleman on the bench.
Yeah.
And starting a Mangala and Anana who's not at this is just like setting up a defensive minded
now I will go back to what God said. experimenting. Don't forget, for me, Luis Openda is one of the most electrifying forwards in Europe. He's just underrated because you don't know his name. But if you watch, immediately he came on yesterday. You know, the game changed. They almost, that's why they scored those the last goal that was disallowed by VAR. Lukaku has an issue basically. He can score and he can miss rubbish. He will score the simple one. He will score the harder ones and miss the simple ones. And yesterday, I think they also regret, that for me, I think the weak link for me yesterday for Belgium was Fives. That Indomie-like footballer that has Martin. What do they call him that? Indomie hair. I've never liked him even in Leicester City. He's just he wants to behave like the former Brazilian defender. Exactly. You should have somebody as strong as you are. He supports you. So Jan Vertonghen came back from injury. He can't start. I'm very sure he might start the next match now, and that man might be on the bench. But the substitutions in the second half, towards the end of the game, when Openda came in and Bakayoko came in also, we saw a changed team. I would not prefer you starting Mangala. Mangala plays for he plays for Mangala. Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Nottingham Forest.
Onana plays for Everton.
So
these are the two players you shouldn't be starting.
Two major guys
because
in the midfield.
Look at it now. In the international friendly in March, you saw these two players play against an A. They were bossed. That's why I was advocating for maybe Kobe Mainos to start alongside for England. They were bossed by Kobe and Rice. As in, there were four of them in the midfield, but Kobe and Rice was organizing the whole team. You have to ask yourself, is Kobe a 19-year-old because of the way he played against Belgium in that game? That was why after that game, I said, no, Kobe should be starting for
You're right, because personally, I would have preferred you to start a Tielemans and other Anana, Tielemans and one of them. So you can have the better cross forward. You give this man a
composure on the ball, and
for me, you would have actually moved Trossard to the midfield and remove one defensive midfielder.
Coaches. I get your point when you're talking about coaches who are having issues basically with formations and the rest. But now, guys, first of all, I'm going to tell you about one game that happened yesterday night. France managed. I'm very sure that this Euros, I'm going to see a very big upset. Some of these big things are thinking, man, when France managed to pass through Austria with Mbappe having a broken nose, in their next match, they're going to play with a mask. They're going to be playing with the mask because they teared his nose yesterday. They finished his nose. But now, let's go. I'm going to start with Nosso on this one now. Austria, with the likes of Alaba not playing yesterday, and even their other old man on the bench that came in the second half now. They looked like they knew what they wanted to do. It now looks like in these Euros, the smaller teams have studied the bigger teams and have made a very, very beautiful plan to stopping all these big teams, and we could not see fluidity yesterday for France. But the worst part for me was when Mbappe missed a one-on-one chance against the goalkeeper. Now, also give me your basic thoughts on the match between Austria and France.
I will have to compare the two coaches first. That is Didier Deschamps and Ralf Rangnick. These are two coaches you've seen play for club and country.
Yes.
I used to say this, that when you see a player play, when he takes on the coaching job, you know what he's set up to be. Ralf Rangnick likes to play a high press, but he plays against a big team. He's blocking. He's not playing a high press this time around. He's not playing a defensive block, a low block. He's in the midfield.
Yeah,
it's something to complement with the high press ball. Mind your lines, and you see most of the times Mbappe is Kylian is trying to make a run. There's always somebody with him. Now that's what led to the goal, the own goal, and you say, okay, fine. The cross came in, and he was trying to clear his lines and perhaps consider an own goal, and that was just it for the both of them. They just ended up with that 1-0 win. And you ask yourself, what is the assignment for the coach has done his own work. He said, fine, these people want to pressure you, so don't allow them come into your half. Make sure you guys settle in the middle. And you saw that game try yesterday. It was played in the middle of the park. Although France had more possession on the ball, but the middle of the park was where the match was. You ask yourself, and you keep asking yourself, why are they not creating enough chances? Man, I will tell you for a fact, France is missing P. They're missing P, the way he passes the ball, the way he controls the ball. They're just missing him in that midfield. Paul Pogba. Yeah. And you say, if they can get him out of that band, they'll probably want to bring him in. No,
it's not possible.
In their mind, if they can get him out of that band, now they'll probably want to bring him into the team now because they've missed a player like him in that squad.
I think I agree with you. Look at the France team yesterday. Playing in midfield now, you had N'Golo Kante, you had Rabiot and Griezmann. I think it's Griezmann. Griezmann playing in the midfield. Now there's basically no real number 10 there. Griezmann is a winger, he's a striker. Rabiot is also, I would say, he's not a 10. He's just a center midfielder who can attack on a lot. But I think for me yesterday, we have to give praises and kudos to a certain man called N'Golo Kante, who made sure that Aaron Tchouameni and Eduardo Camavinga were on the bench. But we saw the reason why that coach brought him back, Godwin.
Yeah, he's the senior player. I feel that if Kante was played at this last edition of the World Cup, probably France would have won that game because Kante brings a lot of influence in this thing. Look at the when Saliba missed a tackle,
Yes.
he recovered. The way he organizes his defender, he doesn't talk much. He doesn't do. He just goes and do his business and he's back. So I think Kante is one of the. When he brought him back, I knew that he's going to start. There is no way you have Kante and he's on the bench.
No way.
I don't care where you are playing. You are playing for Real Madrid, Tromeni or Kamavinga. Kante must play because as you saw the game, what I said that they shouldn't have started Rabiot, but probably started another creative midfield, another creative person because you know Kante can do that job alone. You don't actually need somebody to support him.
Help him.
Yes, you have probably put in another CM that is more creative. Or another problem I had in that game is that I don't know why everybody is trying to please Mbappe. For me, I don't think he should be starting as a striker. Starting off a striker because he started as a winger.
They have a striker on the bench. Who is that guy? What's his name? The other young guy.
You have a striker on the pitch.
That's
Turan was there.
Yes,
And
he played the wing.
and he was playing from the
It doesn't
flank.
make sense. For me, they would have swapped position for because Mbappe does well from the left.
Yes.
He does. I don't know why I don't know. Probably he's talking to the coach. Like when Messi started,
You
Messi
cannot
told,
say that. You have to talk to the coach because he's senior man in that team.
yes,
You
he's
have
the
to agree.
captain.
Exactly.
But I think that he plays well from the left. I don't know why. I don't think he's that striker, that creative striker that he moves well. But when they see a team is defending, when they see is defending deep, he doesn't perform well. But if from the wings, he does well from the wings anytime, any day. So I don't know why he's
John,
insisting to play from a
Mbappe went to
striker.
his Twitter and wrote any ideas for mask because he had a broken nose yesterday trying to score. I think that was his punishment for missing that one-on-one chance yesterday.
Sure.
Now, he's talking about you not making sure Mbappe plays where he wants to play. But I think the coach can also listen to the captain because he's goal scorer whether he plays on the wing or not. But I think we have to also give praises to the Austrian side. Not having their talisman, Alaba, the player was on the bench from the sideline, shouting at his player. But let's give praises to Sabitzer, who led that team yesterday and did a fantastic job. Don't forget, just the Champions League final, he was back again, but he led the Austrian side. I think they looked so good, but were just undone by that home goal yesterday.
Yeah. Kudos to Sabitzer and the other guys. We are seeing a trend now in football where if you go to Manchester United and you come out, you actually play better
What's the meaning of that?
football.
Why are you destroying Manchester United today? Okay, you're talking about Sabitzer and somebody called Sancho. Man United, don't worry, it's fine.
It's fine. It's understandable. They had a very good game apart from that own goal. But you look at the way they are set up. They are set up to play as a unit rather than looking for a star player to give service to.
Yeah.
And that is one of the flaws that France need to work on. Because if you have a situation where everybody is looking for one player, when that player is not available or firing, then the whole team suffers.
Everybody's trying to look for Mbappe. Doesn't
Well, you
make
can't
sense.
stop that. There's nothing wrong about that.
I don't think everybody's trying to look from back. When you're going on a counter attack, there's only one person you look out for.
The speed.
fastest player
On the pitch. Exactly.
And that's just it.
That's
But now
the war.
when they are on possession and these people are sitting deep, it's a fleet formation. Everybody, you can see in Dembele
Dembele was defending. Everybody was everywhere.
Dembele was defending, and when you look for speed, you call Dembele as well. But
Yeah.
when they're on the ball, they're pressing high. You have two people with them. Dembele is always coming to the left as well. That's something you want to send those crosses in. And you have Marcos Thuram going into the center forward position. Yeah, he couldn't get those services because these people are also sitting deep and marking every key pass.
Okay, guys, yesterday we had three amazing games now, and those who won, but we just had a break for Belgium yesterday. We're going to go on a very short break. Now we'll come back. We're going to take in your calls. Don't forget, you're going to call us on our studio phone lines. I want to hear your thoughts on the games yesterday. And when we return back, we're going to talk about Cristiano Ronaldo. He's going to be playing tonight for Portugal. We'll be right back.
Stay plugged into the flow. Follow Volt FM on Facebook at Volt 1043 FM. Let's vibe together.
Volt 104.3 FM.
All right, guys, we're back again, and we want to thank you for joining us this morning everywhere you are, and also our friends joining us on YouTube. Don't forget, you can also join us and watch this game or this analysis live on YouTube. We have a very, very large crew on YouTube. We have Emmanuel Kutipi on YouTube also, and making their own comments, and I will start with that place now. Emmanuel Okitibu is saying that someone said Trossard is not as wow. It's not even on show right now for saying that. So not so you are going to answer Emmanuel Okitibu very soon. Now Emmanuel Okitibu also said that watching Mudryk, I thank God strongly that he come to Arsenal. The guy is totally an overhyped player, just like most English players. Wow. We're not going to get there because today I've opened the file for the English press.
They go hear
because the way they hype a lot of players, but we will talk about that as we go. Now tonight we're going to be having two amazing games. Now Turkey will be playing against Georgia, and the next team that they think can win the Euros is Portugal will be hosting Czech Republic. That game is one very, 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 very tight game. Ronaldo is breaking all the records now. You know, in Germany right now, he had almost 6,000 persons come to watch their first training sessions. You know, for Portugal, and that man is creating something. But tonight we are going to look at the man. Yesterday they asked the coach. Yesterday, do you think Ronaldo is in the Portugal team by merit or by name? And the coach said someone who scored 51 goals this season. I think he deserves to be in any team, you know, in the world. And I think I agree with him even at his age. Now tonight, Godwin, Portugal will be hosting Czech Republic, and Cristiano Ronaldo and the likes of all the players. Everybody thinks that Portugal has what it takes to win this Euro because the talent they have in that Portuguese side is very, very,
massive. Massive. If you look at that squad from their goalkeeper to the striker, you talk about the Costa from Porto, talk about Cancelo, Pepe, Luis Diaz, Mendes. They have a lot of. You talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, who is the highest goal scorer in men's international football. They are the favorites. But they are not the favorites. No, they are not the favorites. They are one of the favorites. They use that word, one of the favorites, because they have all the stars. Everybody is expecting them to win this game, but football is football. You can expect them to come and win this game and they will lose. But if you look at this Portugal team, they are a complete team. If you ask me, they should be doing better in international football. Even in the World Cup, this last edition of World Cup, I was expecting them to go further in the tournament. Unfortunately for them, we are supporting Morocco because they are African brothers. We supported Morocco. They won that game. But these Euros that they need to win it. And I think Cristiano Ronaldo, this is his final tournament for Portugal. Because the next World Cup is in 2 years' time, he's about maybe 41 then.
I don't think he might make it, but
he might make it. So this tournament, so probably players want to probably come together. Okay, this is the final farewell for our man. Let's do something for him. See what Argentina is doing for Messi.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's like they want to win this trophy for Messi, not even for themselves again, because they understood the impact of what Messi did for their national team. So I think that Portugal should come together and work for this guy. He is their talisman. He should just come together. I think let them leave this ego and all the other thing. Cristiano Ronaldo is Cristiano Ronaldo. Let them come together and work for him. Let him score. Let them win games, and let's see if they can win this tournament.
No, so now I think, like you said, now it's going to be a game of the midfield. Let me just run through the likely starting lineup for the Portuguese side. Now, like you said, Diego Costa is in the goal. Joao Cancelo, Pepe, Ruben Diaz, and Nuno Mendes. These are top players. You know, you have Man City, you have PSG, you have Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United, Vitinha, PSG, you have Joao Paulina, Fulham, who might move to Bayern Munich.
Yes.
We can't tell. We're going to get into rumors shortly. Bernardo Silva, Man City, Cristiano Ronaldo, Al Nassr, the Rafael Leao, AC Milan. This is a dangerous side to look out for, because Rafael Leao, for me, I think is one of the best wingers right now in Europe, and I think he should leave AC Milan and go to somewhere bigger. But we can't tell. But when you look at the other side now, don't forget you have Patrick Schick, who played for who played with Boniface, who won the German league. The other one, you have Jan Kuczka. I don't know who is that one, but you know, you have that. But don't forget, in the midfield, you're going to have somebody like Thomas Suchek and Vladimir Kufa. These are two West Ham players who play in English Premier League, and that is basically what you can look out for in that side. So, do you think now it's going to be a match where Portugal will just run over Czech Republic? But if you look at their past records, their last 6 games, Portugal has won 4 and lost 2 games. Czech Republic have won 5 and draw 1. So, coming into this match with a great form, you might think that Czech Republic might do one over Portugal.
See, I would want to come from a side of bias now, because two of my players.
Check. And then Kufa, yeah.
We call him.
When I saw the name.
See, I call him the warrior. You know, the warrior himself. He can take a bleeding nose and still play the full 90 minutes. That's Thomas Suchek. But the other guy is just a plus, just to complete the. And Kufa, just to complete the squad, not really a star player like that, but man, it's tough to say because Portugal has this side. See, other players talk about creativity.
Yeah.
Bruno breeds creativity.
Vitina.
Vitina
Bernardo Silva.
Bernardo.
I'm scared.
These are players that breed creativity. What about defense? Now you are complete. They are complete with creativity, pace, everything. See, when you got this is the full squad.
This
is a full
I'm not
squad.
coming out on the bench. There are other dangerous guys.
There
on
are
the
other
bench.
dangerous players on the bench, but where is the defense? We have the likes of Pepe. Calm down. You want to tackle me now? Calm
I
down.
want to
Pepe,
know.
41-year-old,
Yeah.
also.
So,
Ruben Diaz. His reference
Fantastic
this season
centre
for Man
half.
City. For Man City this season, most of them came from maybe he's scared. It is not up to that 80% rating mark this season. Now these are the players they are paying in defense. If Czech would come at them with pace, you know they're in trouble. If Czech can defend and go on the counter, you know.
It might be able to the middle because Cancelo and Mendes have pace.
did you watch Arsenal versus Porto?
No, Pepe, I will not underrate Pepe.
No,
That
I'm
guy
not.
is not getting old.
Did
At
you?
his age.
No, it's not about
That's what I'm
pace.
asking.
See, look, it's just like Thiago Silva. You pace at Thiago Silva, he loses it, but he knows where to stop you with experience.
Yeah.
He go like I can't speak it in English.
You
Now,
want
make
me
I-
to have a PG?
He go around go block you for where you want wrong go. Anywhere where you want wrong go, now then they wait for you.
But I think that's why you have Ruben Diaz also to complement him,
Sure.
and also the two fullbacks are
Fullbacks.
very, very fast. But I'm scared of João Cancelo, but we're going to see how he's going to pan out. This time. So
These
it looks
people
like
sit down, no.
it looks like Portugal. Look at their team. Actually, they look like the top favorite, whether they like it or not. But will the coach follow this, or will we make some kind of changes tonight? I don't want to talk too much about the Turkey game because Turkey against Georgia, everybody looks like Turkey is going to win. But the major team now, everybody's waiting to see what Portugal will do today. If they can make a mark, then they might look like the favorite for the tournament.
I think where I have a major issue for Portugal is with their coach. This coach wasted a golden generation for Belgium.
Yeah, for Belgium.
He didn't achieve anything with Belgium. Now he's going to this Portugal side.
Good generation for Portugal.
Yes, yeah, you see, that's my
He's a very smart coach. Trust me, he's a very smart coach.
Yes.
But the thing is,
smart
the
coach that was playing
the
three-man
politics-
defense.
No, but you can't
Three-man
take
defense
that
with
away
Belgium
from him.
team for years. He couldn't change. He couldn't even change his
no
formation.
doubt about that because they don't have the proper wing backs.
What are you
During
saying?
his time
You
as
know,
a
okay,
Belgian,
wait,
they don't
no,
have a
wait,
proper
let's talk
wing
about
back.
when they were playing. They had Van Malen. They had this.
You're talking about centre half.
Yes,
Ventugen.
they have enough players.
I said I'm not talking about centre half. I'm talking about fullbacks. Now you're calling centre halves.
No, but most coaches that play three-man defense play three fullbacks. Many of them play three fullbacks. Sometimes they play the left-sided centre back. Will play, it's just three. But now I'm going to hold you on to saying they didn't have good wing backs. But we want to insult the coach of Portugal now. We know, like he said, he destroyed the golden generation of Belgium. Like it or leave it. You had the way on their pick. Imagine how can you have a company Hazard and not win anything.
Two hazards.
Exactly, and the two brothers, and they finished on the are now Hazardios. And now the problem we are having now is that we are thinking about Belgium. They are winding down. This might be the last game for the Brian and
That's
Rasco.
true.
A lot of them,
Fine.
even the Telemans is not getting younger.
Sure.
Trossard is 29 years old. So a lot of them are going to wind up. And Openda and the rest, who are the players who are going to be there for them? But now you are scared that you may not be able to take Portugal, to this title. But I think sometimes you look, more than just the coach, and you look into the players because this team, looking at these guys, if you look at the bench, it's a scary team. I think this Portuguese side are even richer than the French side. I'm telling you, because these guys, they know what to do. But let's go back to YouTube now. We have a lot of comments there. Emeka Idiri is saying that my fear is Pepe. Wow. Okay, my fear is that Pepe might not start tonight. I don't think so. I don't know. I will argue with that. Then Emeka just said pace or no pace. Pepe is still very good. He's talking to Nonso in that one. Then Emmanuel is saying that don't allow Pepe's age to deceive you. He has proved all wrong in Portugal. All right, they're already giving Portugal the win today. Don't keep the calls coming. We're going to be taking all your calls as we go. We're going to be switching over now from the European Championship and going. Oh, there are many more calls coming in. Hello, good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, your name and location, please.
Okay. I'm calling from Enugu. My name is Raphael.
Rafael, good morning.
Okay. Portugal win 2-0.
Portugal win by 2 goals to nothing.
There's one from Bruno Fernandes, one from Ronaldo.
Oh, okay. Everybody's telling us today that Ronaldo has score.
It's Manchester United fans.
Oh, no, but I think Bruno Fernandes he's going to do a very good job. But I don't know Ronaldo scoring, yeah, it's possible because they might want to make him score. Okay, well, okay, we're going over to the transfer rumors that are taking place now. A lot of things are taking place, even behind the scenes now in the Euros. We're not talking about those things. Then they're setting Brightwood for everything that they're calling 70 million pounds. So I don't know what these English teams eat that made them say some kind of things. I'm coming back for them. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah,
Yeah, name and location, please.
I'm Clinton from Abanu.
Okay,
Okay, Clinton from Agony. Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
Yes.
Clinton, come on, Clinton, call us back again. I can't wait to take your calls. YouTube is bossing, guys. Like I said, join us on YouTube and vote sports on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and put up your own ideas or your predictions on what you think is going to happen in the Euros tonight. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the show. Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Name and location, please.
My name is Marvelous, calling from Maryland, Leicester.
Oh, welcome.
Very marvelous. Yeah, what do you have to say about the games tonight?
I suggest that Portugal will win 3-0 to
3-0.
3-0.
Can you tell us who you think will score the goals?
Bruno Fernandes to do 2 assists and Yofele to score.
Now Bruno Fernandes with 2 assists. Okay. I think everybody today just giving kudos to Bruno Fernandes and everybody. I think he's the star man apart from Ronaldo, who is supposed to push that team. If they have good Palhinha and Vitinha behind him, I think they can play a very good game. Okay, no, so now you are getting to go. Now, don't forget, Euro is taking place, but there are a lot of transfers taking place around the corner. But there's one that is tickling my own fancy. There's a certain player who's called Jared Brightwood. He's playing for Everton. And Manchester United have had an opening bid of £35 million for Brightwood. I don't understand what team Man United is see. Kind of defenders where they want to sign because Varane has left them now and they want to sign. But Everton are holding on for a starting price of £70 million. My question is, who is Brightwood to be worth £70 million? Also,
They
it's
have
like now.
better defenders.
I can use that. He's next Harry Maguire.
Did you see Maguire when he played for Hull City?
Okay. Yes, very well. Yes,
He was a very fantastic
Yes,
player.
yes.
Did you see him for Leicester City?
good.
Fantastic player. When he came to Man United and he was the captain man, how far?
That's the one. No, now you're saying you will have said is the next Maguire of all cities.
No, I'm just saying he's rated. He don't play well for Everton. If you come Man United now, he will start day 4. It's the same thing. See, it's about the press. The press knows how to manage. And before we used to say this, during the time of Ferguson, if a player is worth £100 million in the market, Man United will bully you to sell for 30. This is the Man United everybody knows. They bully people to sell for cheap. But now Man United are getting fringe players, low budget players for very. I know we not get an Anthony for £12 million.
Never.
You will never.
Never try.
Now you are getting Anthony. That same Anthony that Ferguson will not get for £12 million. You're getting him for 100 million pounds.
I think
Same goes to Sancho. Sancho left Man City, went on. Ferguson said it to Pogba. Pogba left Man United Academy and left to Juventus. Yeah. And he said, I can't handle the hassle. And he cancelled Pogba from his league.
Yes.
Once you saw the performance of Sancho for Man City Academy, and Pep Guardiola had to let him go. Ferguson, that we know, will not bring him to Man United.
Yeah.
Because he was a blue. They are noisy neighbors. He will never in his career. But this is what we're not doing now. The Glazers took over Man U. Woodward, that doesn't know anything about football, started buying players.
So you are thinking that Bradley is not worth £70 million, right?
He's not worth 40.
I think I agree with you. He's just a young 21-year-old defender who's coming up. But don't forget,
he's an English player.
Now, Godwin, listen. I want to read something for you that Everton said. Everton said that Brightwood is in the same bracket and transfer market with Josko Gravidiol, Harry Maguire, and Wesley Fofana, who were all sold at higher fees of more than £70 million. Now, my issue is this. Man United is prepared to come with the second bid, but they also have 3 other defenders they're looking at. There is McGuire, who started for England and played very, very well in their last game. There's also Lenny Yoro and the Jean Claude Todibo of Nice. Personally, if I'm Manchester United, I will go for Gueye or Todibo instead of Brightwood.
Because they are cheaper options.
Not cheaper.
They are better players.
Calm down.
Okay.
See, this Everton defender, he's an English player.
So
he's 21. See, it's easy for you to pay somebody that has been playing for Everton and be playing English Premier League. This boy has a potential. Most times, what you pay for is the potential. It's not necessarily. It's not necessarily the player at the moment. Okay, look at how Modric, for example, that went to Chelsea. Everybody was paying for that potential. Everybody is thinking that it's going to be world class. You have to take that risk at some point as a
I pay
club.
70 million.
Yeah, if you pay, look at the
See my problem
inflation.
now.
The inflation now.
What Man United need now is not potential. They need to start winning
They
things.
need-
And
they
work.
need-
They need
Yes,
instant
the boy-
solution. Varane has left.
The boy.
I'm talking about
the
players,
boy, wait,
players
the
in
boy.
the mode of Jonathan Tah, players in the mode of Niklas
my-
Sule.
The boy played well with Everton.
Superstars that
Even
can
the-
step
even
into that side now.
No, see,
The boy played well with Everton.
I want to correct Godwin there.
Godwin.
He plays well with Everton. No
Where are
doubt
the- where's
about-
Ever- where's the Everton
no,
finish
no,
in
see,
the
no
league?
doubt about that.
Everton.
He has fantastic tackles. If you ask
If you
him, he
look
has
at
fantastic
it,
tackles.
he's a good
He
player.
knows how to intercept the ball.
Yes.
His movement on the ball is not what Man United need right now. This is like I said, this is the Harry Maguire that we know. You can dribble. You are playing for a smaller club. You can handle the media pressure. You can do fantastic. But when you now play for big teams, the media is on you. Day in, day out, you start misbehaving.
What are you saying? What are you saying? What
Godwin,
am
one
I
question.
just
Answer one question for me.
Okay.
You, as a coach, Brightwaite and Gueye, who will you start and who will you buy immediately?
Just give me-
No, answer me now.
buy one bench. We even give it to the fans. Buy one bench and
Answer
sell
that
one.
Gueye and Brightwaite now.
Okay. Me, I'll go for Brightwaite. I'll tell you the reason
Okay,
why.
continue.
potential.
If you look at him playing for a smaller club, okay, look at John Stones. John Stones played for Everton and he moved to Manchester City. He handled the pressure well. And
Man
the bottom at the
City
28.
club.
And no, Man City.
How many media pressure dey for Man City? At the time when he moved, how many media pressure dey for Man
Is
City?
that what we
Four
want
in a
to
row, bro.
see?
Calm
See,
down.
he was
24
23 years when
World Cup.
he moved to Manchester City
Uh-huh.
and he handled the pressure. This boy has a potential. Everybody can see it. Whether you like it or not, this player you can buy in the next 10 years, you are not worried about defender. And people are talking about passing, he's not good with passing. You have the butcher already that can pass well.
Who's
You
that?
don't-
I wouldn't have a
Martinez.
problem with you, God.
You don't need anybody
He's
can
injury
pass.
prone
Sorry,
now. Come
sorry,
on.
God.
That's-
In
talk to
this
me, talk to me.
situation now, I wouldn't have a problem with you if it was going somewhere else for a lower fee, a transfer fee, lower transfer fee. We are talking about you flushed out Varane, you flushed out a couple of defenders. I feel Maguire should be on his way out.
It's not going on.
He's not
we
going.
should
He's not
we
going.
should have Licha as the only centre back in that side.
Who?
And we are
Martinez.
talking about
Martinez,
Licha
yes.
Martinez
I
as
call
the
him
only
Licha.
centre back in that side. And then you make 3 credible signings, 2 star players that can come in for the now, that can play games,
For
that
2,
can
3
win
years.
games. Yes. And then you bring on Brantwaite as an add-on, not necessarily as the centerpiece.
People will not come.
The main man. So Brightwaite and Martinez will start in Manchester United next season.
Imagine.
And Maguire will be on the bench.
Imagine.
It's
No, what are you
possible.
saying?
Like,
No, I'm not arguing with you. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad defender.
For me, look
Yes.
at it.
Okay.
Look at. See, I said it.
What
So
we are
I said
arguing
this
is
to
the
you.
fee. What we are arguing is the fee.
People are fighting.
Say-
I like
you
that
know,
fight.
What we are arguing is just the
agree.
fee. If it's
no,
good,
but you
if it's
also
something
look at
meaningful,
quality too.
know
Can
that.
you place Bantrates now at the
Saliba
same
that went
level?
on
with-
loan. Wait, Saliba that went on loan in France.
Luis Saliba. We are talking about right
we
now.
are looking at younger players playing in a smaller club, they're moving to a big club. The player that is young doesn't really mean that he cannot actually.
Hold on,
perform
guys.
in a big
Let me
club.
read something on YouTube now. Okitibi Emmanuel says the Brightway is going to be another Maguire. In less than 3 seasons, they want so much amount that they will sell him. Diri is saying Dele Bashiru to Lazio is a good deal. Maguire to Manchester United will be a good deal compared to Brightway. Amechi Aaron is saying nice one, and he has a better defenders, so there was no much pressure on him.
Yeah.
Brightway is going to
But-
Man United and will be the number one.
What is
That the
Martinez?
risk is too big
Yeah.
for United.
Then he has
That's
Martinez there.
the
with
main point, selling point there.
See, the point is this. Right now, Brightway can be number one party, but not number one in United. That's what I'm trying to
Yes.
say. You can buy him to have somebody bigger to groom him up. Don't forget, Martinez is injury prone. So if you are making Martinez your number one defender, you have to be very careful. What he says is clear. Man United needs to sign at least 2 more very big defenders. For me, Gueye is more mature, age-wise. Now he has played in Euros for England. If you bring Gueye and play with Martinez, and you have Brightway coming in, to interchange whenever Martinez gets injured, I can understand. My problem is not going to Manchester United. My problem is even 70 million pounds is too much
inflation.
for a small player.
It's inflation.
called
You
Brightway.
have to add the inflation to this thing now. Even 5
see,
years ago, 10
we're
years
talking
ago, you
about.
can't
See,
buy these players for this fee.
calm down. We're talking about the possible options for Man United now. Yes, there is a Todibo who plays for Nice. You saw his record. Fantastic player on the
Yeah.
ball. Very good tackles. Moves the ball fluently. Can join the attack and still try
Nice
to create
is still a
chances.
small club.
Calm down.
Can he survive?
Nice na small
A
club.
small club.
Okay, guys, we're still on this. Don't forget to call us again on 0706 0485 853 and let's get your thoughts on this big things that are going on in the transfer market. Don't forget, bigger players are coming in, bigger players. You might not be aware, but I'm going to run through a whole list now. We're going to be talking about some of them. Arsenal has not signed any player yet, which is the usual way for Arsenal, but they've sent 2 players out. Suarez has gone, and then he's gone. Aston Villa, nobody in, but Morgan Sansi has gone. But I will taking one more call, but we're going to be reading out those things. Bournemouth has made some very good signings. I'm going to be reading that for you shortly. Hello, good morning, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, come back.
Oh, Cosmos,
Welcome to the show. Let us hear your thoughts.
Is there any transfer news for Chelsea?
I'm going to get shortly. Okay, let me give you Chelsea news right now. Chelsea has not signed anybody, but they've gotten this Tosin guy, the Tosin Aradebayo from Fulham, defender on a free transfer. So Chelsea has gotten one player in Tosin from Fulham, he's center defender on a free, but Thiago Silva has left and Lewis Hall has gone to Newcastle fully now for £28 million for Chelsea. Thank you very much. All right, I like that they are calling us to get the teams for their players. Okay, I was talking about Bournemouth now. Bournemouth, has made one signing, Igor Thiago from Club Brugge for £30 million. But Bournemouth has sent lots of players out now. Shano Baptiste has been released. Sam Godos has been released. Charlie Goody. Mupe has gone back, to Everton after his loan. Sergio Reguilon has gone back to Tottenham Hotspur, and Michael Olakigbe has gone to Wigan on loan. Brighton, after getting their coach, the 31-year-old now, the youngest coach now in English Premier League, to replace a coach who left them now. They signed Ibrahim Hosman from Norway, North-Jetland, for £16 million. Lallana has gone. A lot of players, about 7 players has left now. Chelsea, one player in Tosin Aradebaro, Thiago Silva has gone. Crystal Palace has gotten Charles Ray from Barcelona and on the coach fee, and they've let 5 players leave. Everton has gotten nobody, but they've gotten a lot of players. At almost 9 players has left Everton. Now, I'm not going to look at. I'm going to look at your teams again. Liverpool, nobody in. Alcantara, Thiago has gone. Joao Matip has been released. Man City, nobody in. Nobody out. Just 2 players now for Manchester. Manchester United, nothing. Varane has gone. Martial has gone. Brandon Williams has gone. Alvaro Fernandez has gone for Benfica for £5 million. Basically, no big signings are taking place because everybody is waiting for the Euros, to start. Now, let's go to Godwin. Now, you talked about the new coach now for Brighton. I don't know really why that the former coach left. I think he wants to go to the bigger side. We're going to find out what's going to happen.
Marseille.
We're going to happen shortly now. Marseille, but I don't think I'll prepare leaving Brighton in England, go to Marseille, but maybe because of monetary reasons, I want to push for the French League One title. But now the new coach has come in at 31-year-old, I believe the youngest coach now. Do you think that he has what it takes to take Brighton forward?
I mean, Brighton is not a big club. There's no much pressure in this kind of clubs. It's easier. It's easier for you to coach this club and do well. Okay. If you go to a bigger club, maybe Arsenal, Manchester United, or Liverpool, I'm actually looking at slots. What he's going to do if he has to match what club.
I'm waiting for let come back first.
Do you understand? So, but this coach goes into a smaller club. I don't even think there is a word. They need to just play good football, play small, sweet football. Organize the team well, win some games. Don't just lose games
and don't be relegated.
And they are fine. And so that they can sell players for £100 million next season. So they're pounds. Yes.
Naira is well.
So they groom and sell. They grow players and sell. So I don't think there is a big pressure for him to do.
Tottenham Hotspur retained Timo Werner for the loan. He's back again for staying one more season now for Tottenham Hotspur, and they signed the certain Lucas Bragvai from Dongle for £8.5 million. But my problem now is that Tottenham Hotspur is throwing away Eric Dyer. But Eric Dyer is playing very good football for Bayern Munich. He has left them. Perisic has left them. Ryan Sessegnon has left. Taganga has left. Tunga and the Belly has left. And so I'm going to stay with you now. West Ham has brought in a certain Luis Guilherme from Palmeiras in Brazil for £25 million. What about it?
Depend away Sabi. You see, you ask yourself, releasing players after the game, releasing players on YouTube, and releasing players for for free this season. Obuna is gone, the other guy is gone. You ask yourself, who is going to replace these players? And they need players to come in. They need players to come up. This is just a 24-year-old man or 26-year-old guy who wants to come and play football for West Ham United. You ask yourself, what is he going to do for the team? And you say, yes, he's good on the board. He can partner well with Zuma, and perhaps if Zuma is not available, Mavropanos could be there as well to partner with him. Egard is there to partner with him. So this is a good defender for the future. Perhaps he's also a good defender for the now.
Okay. Kevin Phillips has ended. It has ended. Chiloke has gone back to France, play for Monaco, £9.5 million. Wolves has brought in Tommy Doyle from Man City, Rodrigo Gomez from Braga for 12 million, and Pedro Lima for Sporting Clef for 8.5 million pounds. Those are the basic ins and outs right now in England, and nothing much has taken place over this whole season. So we're going to be waiting to see what will really happen as we go on this one. Now I'm going to be talking to you shortly about a certain Manchester United again. I'm going back to Manchester United. Now, don't forget, I was watching the interview for Manchester United, and the coach, Eric Ten Hag, said something I didn't like. He said Man United had to travel to meet him where we were doing a holiday, totally beg him to stay. And I heard that. I think as a coach who is becoming very proud, I think they pitied him to stay back in his side now to see what he can do for one more season. Now, so do you think it was the right decision to keep him back? Do you think it was to keep him back, that coach, and not changing him? Was it a right move by Manchester United?
Name one name one coach better than Eric in the market right now, available in the market. Just one. I'll give it to anybody here in this room. One coach better than Eric Ten Hag. Everywhere is quiet. No,
say what?
One coach in the market, available in the market. Just one. Who is a proven winner? Zidane is not available. He's still waiting for the Real Madrid job.
It doesn't matter.
Waiting for the Madrid job when this man has not left.
That's what I'm saying. He has not really continued. If you're available for the market.
He's available. He's not coaching another club. Don't tell me that. He's available. You cannot say there's no one who is Ten Hag.
Okay. Your name's in his then. He said he's not available. He would wait no matter how long it takes
for this man to leave.
Yes, that was what he said.
I think he's so, for national
so he's now waiting
for himself.
Now he's now waiting for maybe this Didier to leave the France national team,
yeah.
or Don Carlo to leave Real Madrid. These are the two jobs he's waiting for. So he's off the market. I said name one that is available in the market that needs a job right now.
I just named one.
And you named Zinedine, who is not really in the market. They've asked all these coaches, Tuchel, Pochettino, they met all these people. This guy, see, forget what we talk about Eric Ten Hag. All of us hate Eric Ten Hag, but he's a proven winner.
I don't hate him.
No, I don't hate him.
I don't like the man for one reason. I don't like the man for every reason possible. This man just, in an interview where coaches would hold their thoughts about their players, say, this lad, he did well in the game, he was doing fantastic in training, but he did well during the game, just see how he goes. And in the dressing room, he's cooking, he's roasting that player. Ferguson did it many times.
One last question for you, John. Don't worry about it again. Now, 65 million for Maguire, do you think it's worth it from Crystal Palace?
For me, I think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think it's better for 65 million.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
The is about 40. The should be better.
All right, now Manchester Eric Ten Hag is misbehaving because he knows no present top manager will want to come to Manchester United. Sure. That is why he's really misbehaving. All right, guys, it's been an awesome ride with you on the show today. We're going to be meeting you tomorrow again by the same time. I'm going to be having some amazing times. I trust that we're going to be having an awesome time this night in the European Championships. And we hope that they will not forget to always follow us on our YouTube channel at Vote FM Sports on YouTube. Follow us every single day. Watch us live. Make your comments and also call us on the show. We're going to be having an awesome time. Now, the radio sports is over, but we're going to continue on YouTube live right now for many more analysis. So stay with us on YouTube, and we'll see you shortly. Have a lovely one.
Hello, Enugu, and welcome to Vote 104.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Sports. Entertainment.
Okay, so the issue now is basically simple. The issue now is my question is, I'm not having an issue with Brightweight. Brightweight is never my problem. But the question I'm having is very simple. I feel, if it was not a non-English player, I don't think you'll be hearing 75 million pounds.
Sure.
You won't be hearing that. Football should be football should be sweet. Me, I prefer let him prove himself. So we'll look at this thing again. I want to give me your basic pure analysis now. Will you take any time, any day, Brightweight over? Will you take Brightweight over Gueye? And will you, as a buying team, pay 75 million pounds for 21-year-old Brightweight?
No, I wouldn't. I'd rather take Maguire over Brantwaite. Like I said, a club like Manchester United needs to have star defenders in the side that can play big games, and you bring in someone like a Gerard Brantwaite as a backup to this guy, as an understudy that grows into that role, not as somebody you are banking your entire season on top of. And because he's not yet at that level, and the amount, Everton have this penchant of asking for crazy astronomical fees for
they should.
Because it happened before now.
They
If you
should.
did with John Stones,
Sure.
you didn't tell who else they do that with again for Everton. Now they sold some very solitary young players for that kind of amount of money. Now, no, so we're going to stay on Manchester United. Now they are desperate. I think now teams want to ride on the desperation of United. They've lost Varane. They know Maguire might not make it anymore. They have just one solid, trusted defender, which is Martinez. But Martinez is injury prone. So are they riding on the desperation for Manchester United and calling for those big monies?
They're not. See, Man United is not desperate at the moment. They are not, because they know if they get the time after the Euros, they will get players who would want to come to the club and play. What the strategy is look for players that would come to the club and play for the badge. This is one thing the Glazers family and Ed Woodward missed out on. They didn't get players that would come and play for the badge. They just got random top players to come and play, except for Bruno Fernandes. Who came and played for the badge. You saw the likes of other people. Let's say they
didn't play for the badge.
They use money, bribe many of them. Come, how much were they paying Pogba?
It doesn't matter.
They use money.
It's a top talent.
See,
Ed
Woodward. There was a time I was looking through an interview, and one of the agents said he was trying to call the negotiator of Man United that there was a talent in the market. Now, because they didn't attend to the call on time, the player came the next season and was overpaid for. This is what they said. And the agent was saying that they actually paid double the fee of those players, and they paid a high wage just to get that player signature. These are agents talking. Many of the agents have come and said the same thing.
So in any sense, that they should wait.
No, you wait.
They should not pay that money for that boy.
It's too much.
If he does,
in the English media knows how to.
If he plays well this season
for Everton,
that one move from 70 to 90.
What he wants to play.
Okay, if Everton does well and probably they are now 6 on the table,
it's
and
not
that point is
for me,
4 points
that doesn't make
above relegation, above drop zone, and you're telling me I will pay 70 million to get him.
When they sign Stone, it's not the same situation they were in.
Stone was different now. Stone, under Stone, you have a Fernandinho that is playing regular football. You have a Vincent Kompany. There was
no much pressure on Stones.
There was not much pressure on him. Now, if he's come to Man United, he's coming to start.
Fully.
Harry Maguire came to Man United and came to start. Do you know when they wanted to get Harry Maguire? 2010, when Moyes was the coach.
Yes.
He told the board to sign Harry. You know how much he was worth then? He was worth £4 million.
But
if you had gotten Harry Maguire for £4 million, by now you will not be complaining about getting it for 80 million.
But then you need to look at this thing from a recruitment standpoint. Manchester United have passed on several key signings that you could have made on a cheap.
You would not blame the coach now.
Haaland, they passed on a couple of others, young players that you could have brought in on a cheap, and now you're paying over the fees to get some of these players into the side. You look at the opportunity to bring a Tosin Adebayo, who is a solid centre back no matter what. Yeah, into your side for at no cost, and they passed on that opportunity. Okay, and now you are look at the options they have to bring into the side. You are looking at a Brantwaite that you are going to pay over the fees, maybe 70 or 60 or 80 million pounds to get into the side, when you could have done some good business that wouldn't require you to pay
I
as
don't want to
much.
argue too much about that Chelsea signing. Let's leave it.
That boy, who knows
Let's
that
leave
boy?
it. Let's leave it. But I don't want to talk too much. The Tosin, because I feel like Nigerian boy. I don't want to talk. Say at least the one Nigerian boy that play for big team. But why would Chelsea go? Well, it's all right. But I think the reason why they did that because it was a free transfer. So he can always make up the defensive makeup for Chelsea, even if he's not starting, and he'll be glad to be in Chelsea, even to be on the bench, whatever. So looking at that, I still don't agree with what that God is arguing for now to tomorrow. Brightweight should not be worth 75 million pounds. Now we're going to stay with McGuire. Arguably an unknown player when he started playing for Crystal Palace. But suddenly this guy began to prove himself as one of the top centre backs that are available right now in the English Premier League. And now starting for England, in the Euros is something worthy of note. And I think playing for England in Euros, not considering and playing very well, might even increase his transfer fee, Godwin, now to more than 65 million pounds that Crystal Palace are asking. My anger is just that these players now, because they see that bigger teams are coming and they have money to spend, they just call money. Whether they like it or not, Brightweight should be around 30 million pounds. Gay should be around 40 maximum. Sure. Okay. But you are calling 65 million.
You have to understand that in today's market there is inflation. you understand? When they signed John Stone, if you, for example, if you have a land, do you understand? And a rich man wants to buy a land, you know this man is rich.
You increase the money.
You want to collect enough money from you. You will not say, oh, because he's rich, oh, let me. No, and he's
one Naija.
Yes,
one Naija money.
But don't forget, football is about making money also. When you have something, but don't forget. Okay, don't forget the risk factors in football. Now, there's a player that touched me. Is the fourth or joint third highest, most expensive defender in history, which is Wesley Fofana, that Chelsea signed. But what's happening to him now?
He's injured.
2 seasons he has not played football.
Yes, injury.
Don't also forget that these things can happen. So now if he's coming back, he has to prove himself again for Chelsea. He cannot play them, have to send him back to France. And 7 million is gone. So look at the players. Harry Maguire 80 million, Jasco Gravio 77.6 million. You have Van Dijk 75 million, Fofana 75 million, Ruben Dias 63 million. Look at the names we are calling and the amount of money they are being paid for. Why would you be calling Brightweight in this scenario? So if you call Brightweight for 70 million, Brightweight will not be more expensive than Ruben Dias.
That's what I'm saying. That came 3 years ago. Inflation, that's what you have to factor in.
Let's not forget.
He came from Portugal.
Exactly.
But this guy is coming from England.
So what?
Players
that's the problem. It's English problem now.
You have to factor in.
Look. When you're buying from overseas, you are more sure of what you are getting than when you are buying locally.
What do you understand? More sure
now,
what?
I'll give you a clear-cut scenario now. Borussia Dortmund sold Jadon Sancho to Manchester United for northwards of 70 million, and they are refusing to buy back at 40.
Exactly.
Can Everton now, if they sell this guy at this 75, can they buy him back at 50? They won't even. They can't even attempt that. Do you understand? I just feel that. Sorry to cut you short. I just feel that they have a trend with Manchester United.
Thank you.
They've sold a couple of big names to them.
Simple.
You look at the Lukaku, you look at some other players that they've sold, and that's why they have the goal to call this amount they are calling.
Manchester United is the richest club in the whole world, or second richest club in the whole world. I'm asking you, if you have a piece of land, John, one plot of this one, okay, you have this one, she's shining like you are seeing it. And a rich one wants to buy, and you have an opportunity to pay.
So you agree they inflated the price?
It's normal for every player. Then you negotiate. You don't come and say, oh, come and buy 20 million naira and just say 20. No, you call 100 million naira, you start negotiation.
There's not going to happen. I don't think they'll pay. I don't think they'll pay.
You know where the problem is? On his contract, he has a 40 million release clause.
No, that's where mistake.
Now wait.
English players doesn't naturally have a list clause.
Wait.
It's not like Spain.
Calm down. I'll give you inside. I'll give you inside information.
I like this.
I'll give you inside information.
If you get money with they won't give up for Brighton. I don't understand how you can be
arguing. Okay, look at Suarez. When Suarez wanted to move to Arsenal, they told him that for him to buy Suarez, you have to play 40 million. But it's not written in his contract, but they told him that's the one how they value the player. English players ordinarily don't have they hardly have a disclose in their contract because they know they can sell it any amount they want.
See,
it's in Spain they do that.
It's there somewhere. It's in the contract somewhere.
It's there.
That is why you will not pay less than a certain amount.
I think
it's not about the club giving you. It's in their contract. So they want to hype it.
Let's watch. That's okay. We're going to watch what will happen. But let me give something now. Juventus are eyeing signing Jadon Sancho.
No,
Juventus.
No, they've dropped the interest for Jadon Sancho and for some. I'm sorry, not Jadon Sancho. Mason Greenwood for some reasons we don't know, and they want to pick on. What's it called? Now you ask yourself, you have a Vlahovic who scores goals, who is fast, who goes on the counter, but he doesn't have that supply. Why bring in a Greenwood who will also be coming to hunt for goals and not pass to the main striker? So I think
do you not think Sancho should go to Italy?
He should follow Oba's footsteps. He's a fantastic dribbler. He's a good creator of the chances.
Juventus.
Yes, he should go to Juventus.
I prefer he stays back in Dortmund.
No, Dortmund are not willing to pay. Man United want at least. You see, Dortmund don't do Man United shake it 2 times. You know what happened?
So you are saying
the first time is a
chance,
second time is draw.
and play for Juventus.
Go to Italy. You've conquered.
So you have Vlahovic, Sancho, and Federico Chiesa play from the wing, and you think they'll score goals? Vlahovic will score a lot of goals.
Yes.
But let me say something about Greenwood. You know, Greenwood was the original star boy before they should go to it.
Sancho?
He should go to Juventus. I don't know why they dropped the interest, but he should go to Juventus. It's better than Sancho. What is Sancho paying?
I'd rather Greenwood stay in Spain. You know,
where they loved him. A team that signed you after the problem, I think you should give them something.
They are
just
not
to stay
willing to
back.
meet his valuation. That's just the problem.
But
It's
Man
a
United
pity-
have they should release him.
No,
They should
no.
release him.
Ineos is trying. The Ineos is trying to even give him a contract.
They want him back.
They want
they
him
want
to
to sell
come
him,
back.
they want to
They want
sell
to. They want to see. They don't want to.
If you guy comes to England,
No,
they
he
won't survive
won't
him.
survive.
I think he stays Spain, but I don't think. I think Sancho going to Juventus now. I don't know why I don't like that feeling for him. I feel he's still very young to just be thrown away in Italy. But if he can prove himself, like you said now, and make those things, if you are willing to pay that amount of money, then I think it's possible that let him.
If Dortmund is not willing to pay 50, why not send him to Juventus where they can pay the 50?
Yeah,
And after paying the 50, Man United use that money to sponsor themselves to buy other players. You understand? This is the Man United side that we've all complained about all season. We've complained about the finance, and Ineos has not really put their hands on deck to sign players.
Let me tell you one of the reasons why Juventus are looking for Sancho. Liverpool are trying to sign Federico Chiesa.
Even if they're not playing from the same position,
They are wingers.
Federico is always playing from the right. Sancho is always the person to play from the left.
But they might want somebody to replace him. But I think Liverpool looking for Federico Chiesa. Federico Chiesa is a very, very solid player.
Or
Who
let
can
him
dribble
go back.
and
Let
score.
him go and apologize and go back to Man U. What is all this thing? What?
See,
I
don't
don't
forget,
think,
yeah,
I don't think
yeah,
that door is still open because that door was open if Eric Ten Hag was on his way out.
Yes, I
Clearly
agree.
he's not on his way out, so that door
Can't
is
play. That
permanently
coach doesn't
shut
want him
now.
anymore.
You get so he has to.
You do anyhow.
Makes sense.
You do anyhow. You go Dortmund. You know win trophy. You can actually play for your position. You win trophy. You win maybe Glass Cup, FA Cup, and now he is the man because everybody's talking about Garnacho. Everybody's talking about.
You know
You
the
can't bench Garnacho. You can't
No,
bench
no,
Garnacho.
there is nothing that will happen in this life for you to bench Garnacho.
It's not possible.
For
I
I don't like him.
I don't even like his style of
But any day, anytime, that guy is better
gets
than
results.
Anthony.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
if- even if-
Thousand times, yes.
even if you know he doesn't perform well from the left.
And he can
shot.
score.
Yeah.
Same thing we're saying about supply. If you play from the right, he knows he cannot cut in and play the shot with his left foot. So he is forced to make the cross
Yeah, and
So that is
get
why-
the assist.
and gets the assist. That is why this season, towards the end of the season, they were playing him from that right position. So when he beats defenders, instead of coming back to cut back and try a shot at goal, he crosses in to make sure somebody, and that's why Scott McTominay was getting on goals. And as I said, why is Scotty getting on goals? Because he knows how to position himself in the places. If he plays from the left, he will dribble. He will want to dribble to get the goal for himself. And that's
You know the funniest part about it? If people still arguing about it, you think all of us are Manchester United fans.
No.
You want them to do well.
I just feel
I don't
let
even
them
want
be
them
more.
to do well.
Let them be more.
There's a question on a show I was watching one day, and they asked somebody, they asked a very funny guy, what will it take? Will he prefer Man United winning the FA Cup and Arsenal winning Arsenal beating Chelsea to win the Premier League? And do you know what the answer is? Instead of make Arsenal win, instead of make Arsenal win, make we lose. Make Man U win. That's instead of Man U to win, Arsenal choose one. Man United winning the FA Cup or Arsenal winning the Premier League. He preferred Man United winning
the FA Cup.
The FA Cup. And this is just what you say. It's a team. Everybody hates a team, but you would not want to hate a team that you can travel 3 hours by train to go and watch than a team that is close to your backyard. You're an Arsenal fan. You probably for some reason you probably like Man United.
Why?
You like
You
Man
know,
because
I just want them to play
they
well.
go travel far.
I want more fight in that. Now, Chelsea, to me, I feel Chelsea sometimes they are confused. They are looking at signing John Duran. From Aston Villa. They said he's a mixture of Romelu Lukaku and Luis Suarez together. And the guy is really, really excited and he thinks he can make it at Chelsea. And now, looking at him, he played some very amazing football last season. I like his left foot actually. He looks like he's a powerful lad who can play. But is that the kind of player that Chelsea wants at this moment? Because I feel they are, what are they calling it now? They are striker that they signed.
Michael Jackson. Nicholas
Jackson.
I think Nicholas Jackson, it was towards the tail end of last season, he started showing signs of scoring goal. Maybe when they knew that they had nothing to lose.
And
They
just
scored,
playing well last 10 games of the season.
Last 10 games, they scored about 6 goals or so. But having Jackson and having Duran together, are they going to play 4-4-2 or are they bringing in as a support striker to Jackson?
You know how many? If they add Durant to the list, you know how many strikers Chelsea now has? They have more striking options than the whole defensive block. They have Ugochukwu on the bench, Noni Madueke, what's it called?
Modric is a striker.
Modric,
Is a winger.
Michael
Attacking
Jackson.
options, yes.
We're talking about the attacking options. They have like 15 so far. If I could name them on top of my head, they have like 10 to 15 attacking options, striking options. And in defensive line, you have only just maybe 9. In the midfield, you have maybe 6.
But they are not scoring goals.
And you're not getting the chances. Why get another striker? We know Enzo Fernandez, or what's his name, can create chances. But he's also a center midfielder, he's not an attacking midfielder. Kopama, good. It was during the end of the show, we started seeing the better mixture. Get a midfielder that could compete. There's one thing I like about Man City and Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Every player has something unique to add to the team. Every single player. You saw the likes of Brahim Diaz for AC Milan. Counter-attack, he's there, dribbling, fleet-footed. Valverde can play in that wings as well, but can also play midfield. Now, you want to make substitution. You're saying that the game is always going one-sided. Remove this player, put another player, it will change the full set. The whole setup of the game will change. You remove Toni Kroos is always short passes. Then when he spots a run, he drops a very confusing pass. The whole defense is like, we are standing to look what this guy wants to do, but you don't know somebody's already running at your back to score goals.
What we're doing now actually is just I'm going to be staying on a lot of players who are eyeing moves and all. Now I'm going to go back to Godwin now. Now I'm going to give you one to talk about now. We're going back to Manchester United again, sorry. All right. The Leeds was one of the best defenders in the world about 3 seasons ago.
2019.
And suddenly he went to Bayern Munich. We thought he was going to play very well.
Juventus first.
Went to Juventus and went to Bayern Munich. And now we're having him on the bench for Bayern Munich. And now United are considering a move for Matthias de Ligt. Now, if you are calling 60 million for him, I can agree. Will you pick Brightweight now over de Ligt?
I think they should buy both of them.
Okay.
They should buy both of them. The Leeds can start.
Over
Why?
140 million.
It doesn't matter. They need, see, Manchester United needs
FFP.
FFP.
Who they cough this
but
money?
No, wait.
And
If you check
PSL.
it,
They have a new owner,
Yeah.
so they can spend.
yes, Manchester United is one of the richest clubs. Top 2, they can spend up to 150 million like this summer.
They were managed, I think.
Do you understand? Because the way they make their money is from sponsorship, so they can actually spend up to 200 million. So leave that one alone first. But if you look at the Leeds is a good defender. Somehow, he has not. When he left Ajax to Juventus, somehow it didn't work.
I wonder how you have him on the bench and you're playing Eric Dier.
Now they have to bring in this Davies from what's his name from Tottenham Hotspur. Eric Dier to come and play while you are in the team. That shows that something wrong with you, something wrong with your play. He has not really played well for the past 2 seasons for Bayern Munich. I think he should go try Manchester United. If it did not work for Manchester United, make him now go back to Ajax where he to work. Somehow it will work that way he goes back to Ajax. But I think going to England, I think it's a good move because he's a top defender. He can't sit on the bench.
So you want an Ajax 2019 semi-finalist reunion?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what it will be called now because De Jong is on the list. De Jong is on the list. Lisandro Martinez, the maybe now. The way they talked about what's it called, Tadic during the Euros, Tadic. You will not say Tadic should join the place, so it's not be Man United old Ajax voice.
No, Tadic is old.
All right, guys. I'm going to be ending now. Just telling you what's going to be happening in the next few weeks. Expect these things to happen or not happen. Emile Smith Rowe might be leaving Arsenal. That might happen. That might not happen. Like I just told you now, you were talking about it. The league might go to Manchester United, and Van Dijk is wanted by Al Nassr, but he's saying he wants to stay to welcome the new coach. We're going to see if he likes the coach more than money. We're going to find out that Bayern Munich is looking out to sign Joe Gomez of Liverpool. So we're going to be looking at that also. We're talking about Duran going to Chelsea and Olise. You know, Chelsea are pursuing Michael Olise from Crystal Palace. We hope that we pull through. But I think I want those Nigerian guys to go to other clubs, not Chelsea. Amando Broha, Everton wants to sign him also from Chelsea. And Newcastle United wants to sign Trafford from Burnley. Olise, they are not letting him go. They are saying they cannot let Olise and Eze leave at the same time. They're going to destroy that club. But those two boys have played well, and I think they need to leave. They don't leave, that might be hard for them. Lukaku is thinking about going to end his career in the Middle East. And wants to go to Saudi. I think it's time for him to do that. Atletico Madrid wants to sign Alvaro, what's his name? Man City Alvarez. Because they need a striker. But we're going to look at that also. Arsenal are targeting a Ukrainian wonder kid and he's a winger. Anything Arsenal says, I don't believe it because they look like they don't know what they're doing right now. Liverpool, Alisson might think of leaving and going to Saudi clubs because this new coach might not want some of these old guys because they might be stronger than him in that time. So, no, let's leave that alone. Alan is not going anywhere. Don't forget about that. Braithwaite might leave to Manchester United for world record fee. We pray that doesn't happen because he will not play very well. And the man that you did not like last season, Casemiro, wants to leave Manchester United and go to the Middle East. De Bruyne might stay one more season at Manchester City unless something big comes to take him out of that. I think it's now time for him to say, I'm done with football.
He said
make money.
He said, do you know what he said in his last conference? He said that the money they are offering him from Saudi, he said that he has played in Europe for 10 years. He has not seen that kind of money.
I agree. For me, if I'm his manager or if I'm his mother, I'm his mother right now, I have his picture on the altar of my church, praying for my son to actually move. No, I'm sure he has played everything. He has won back-to-back Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. What have you know? Just your national team. Try and see if you can win with Belgium this season. But De Bruyne going to Asia, or sorry, Middle Belt, will be like Cristiano Ronaldo arriving. And that is going to be massive, massive, massive. Let's see how that unfolds as we go. I'll be back tomorrow again for more of these talks and more of the European, not just the European Premier League, but the European Championship. All right, guys, we'll see you again. And thanks for having us on the show.